She makes me smile.
That's how we
starting.
She
makes me better. She makes me want to be better. That's different
Episode
altogether.
54 of the poormanspoetry.com podcast. You got me laughing already.
I mean, what a score.
I didn't say anything.
She makes me look at things differently.
As you can see, I have my wife here, my wife of 6 months.
She tells me let the past be a memory
Newlyweds.
and don't worry about the future, because right now is the energy. And I love her for that. She my life partner, my investment consultant. I watch my wife barter deals like it's nothing till they cut it like a nice barber. I just be sitting there plugging like a fly swatter. How I get so lucky. She makes me laugh. We spend so much time together, feel like I wasted half. Running around chasing his ass, looking for Stacey Dash. I was clueless, but Cupid is known to aim and blast.
In this lifetime.
All right. Let's get into it. As I said, this is episode, I believe, 54 of the poormanspoetry.com podcast. I'm your host. As you guys know, my name is Dennis, and this is my beautiful, lovely wife. Her name is...
I am Aisha. Hi, guys.
I'm sure you guys know that she's been on the podcast a time or two before. The episodes with the females have actually been our highest listened to and watched episodes here on our YouTube channel and streaming platforms. Make sure you guys go back and check those out if you haven't already. But yeah, today I just kind of wanted to give everybody an update and also check in with my wife and see how everything's been going for the past 6 months. We've been married for 6 months on November the 4th, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. So just kind of wanted to give you guys an update and kind of wanted to have some dialogue between us two documented on camera. So that not for that purpose, just so we can give you guys some content, just because we see how much our viewers like our interactions. So yeah, let's talk about it. So how you been liking married life so far, babes? Oh wow, that was a pause.
It is. It's different.
Okay.
We've been living together for years, so it's not like it's anything new.
Right.
I just think the titles has changed, and that's pretty much it. Like, we still do date nights, and
absolutely.
We haven't traveled yet, other than our honeymoon, but we still, take care of each other, make sure we're good. So it's not really. I think it would have been a different transition if we moved in like after we got married.
I definitely agree with you with that, because I think us living together for a while, it kind of eased us into the whole
now we're married type thing.
And what do they call it, playing house type thing.
We definitely did that for some years.
So we learned each other. I learned all her quirking. We're still learning our quirkinesses. Me and this, we have a couple of arguments at least a week, and we're still trying to work through those things, but the biggest thing is communication, I believe. And
right, I mean, we might get mad at each other for a little bit, but we go to our little corners and whatever and come back. As long as we come back, I think everything is fine.
Absolutely. So matter of fact, well, let's go back. Let's talk about the wedding. Do you I did want to ask you this, do you regret kind of having a big wedding, or
not at all?
Not at all. I definitely
that
agree with
whole
you
weekend
there.
was epic. Like, everything that I actually wanted, I got. So, like, both sides of the family coming together.
Yes.
Everybody meeting each other.
We appreciate everybody coming, and
definitely
everybody
gifts
that
and
supported.
well wishes, and it wasn't even about the gifts for me, because I'm big on family.
Right.
So just
Same
to have both sides there. I wish my grandma was here, but she was there in spirit. Both grandmas.
Absolutely.
But like I said, that whole weekend was, as much as we planned for it, I don't think we ever thought it would have been like that. Like, that weekend was epic to me.
It was definitely epic, and we planned, but even when you think that you plan and you think that you have everything together, you still don't have half of the things that you might. There's always little variables that come into play and different things that might throw a monkey wrench into your situation. So
I don't think we had any monkey wrenches, though.
I mean, the weekend, the only thing that I regret from the weekend was us not being able to, maybe just the Saturday, us not being able to relax and kind of interact with everybody like how we wanted to.
So the Saturday, we got married on a Friday. The Saturday we had like a thank you barbecue, because it's how we met. So that's how I wanted to like bring it back.
Absolutely.
So everyone who basically came to the wedding came to the house, which was a lot of people.
Yeah, it was bonkers around. It was, yeah.
They were in the pool. They were in the house. They were
Outside,
everywhere.
in the front, in the garage.
It was literally like a 90s backyard party.
Yeah, it was like almost like a block party, you might as well say.
Right. But like I said, well, like you said, I think. Sorry, that's Button.
Yeah, it's our doggy son.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, for us to like sit down and enjoy. If we had it catered, maybe. But because we were trying to, you know, stay on budget.
Save a little bit of ducats.
Right. Yeah, even I think it just taught us like for our next event what to do, what not to do.
Facts.
So I still enjoyed it. Like,
yeah, I did definitely. I definitely did enjoy it. I mean, it was everything that we thought it was going to be, and
plus more.
Plus more, yeah. And I enjoyed the venue. I enjoyed. I mean, even the family that wasn't here. I mean, I wish they were, but for the family that was, like I said, I appreciate everybody that came once again. Staying on the timeline, how about the honeymoon? How'd you?
All right, so I am a lucky girl because we got to do 2 honeymoons. However, the first one, due to COVID, was interesting.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Tiresome.
Yeah, all those different
all the
variables
negative words.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you go ahead and
we
start.
went to Barbados. We have cousins that are half Bayesian, so you know, heard some good things about Barbados. But due to COVID and their restrictions, we literally. Okay, let's bring back to the airport. So we flew in from Miami. We drove from Savannah.
I will never fly out of the airport.
We drove from Savannah to Miami. Get there, and my husband, they said he had the wrong test.
And meanwhile, me and you took the same.
We went to 2 different places. Remember, I went to Walgreens. You went to CVS.
Correct. Right.
So we get there now, and Dennis, didn't you call like Barbados embassy or something?
Yeah, or they said that they called the embassy. The
right.
Customer service guy said he called.
We were flying with American, and we get there, and they told me that with the test I had, I would have to be in quarantine, but Dennis wouldn't be able to fly into the country at all. Then Dennis' blood pressure started getting high. He doesn't have high blood pressure or anything. That just means like he's trying to. He's starting to escalate.
I need anger management.
Yeah, he's starting to get up there. So, basically, what they did for us was tell us that they have a clinic at Miami International Airport, and we're gonna go there and basically both of us get tested for the right test.
Right.
We spent $161
a piece.
It's $32. $132.
Yeah.
$132 per person.
Right.
To go and get swabbed again for a PCR when Barbados did not accept PCR testing. They only accepted the 24-hour turnaround.
Or I think you're saying it the opposite way. I think so Barbados only accept PCR testing.
Okay, no rapid testing. That's what it was.
Correct.
So they didn't want, we had a rapid test, but the rapid test that we took at MIA was PCR, rapid, something like that. But they had a board with all the countries on it, and Barbados was under a specific category.
Correct. And that was for the rapid test, I believe, right?
Right. However, Barbados did not accept rapid tests.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to this, our PCR testing at Miami International Airport.
All right, so we paid for the testing as Dennis's blood pressure is escalating. This was Monday, and they basically pushed our flight back to Tuesday.
Right.
However, from Miami International Airport, there was no flights going to Barbados Tuesday. The next flight would have been Thursday?
Right.
Thursday. So, talking to the people, pleading with the people, telling them it's our honeymoon. They basically told us that we could fly to JFK in New York and leave from there Tuesday.
Right.
The first flight was at 12:10-ish p.m., However, we missed that flight because we were on standby because we was waiting for our results. Then we end up leaving at 2 something.
All about that. Yeah, I forgot that.
We end up leaving at 2 something. Mind you, our luggage was already in New York.
If you guys know me and you guys know how frustrated I get, you can just imagine me during this whole situation. But go ahead.
And usually I'm the hothead, but Dennis was definitely the hottest head ever because he was pissed. Understandable. Cool. Okay, so we fly. This is Monday. We fly to JFK. Monday evening we get there. My mom pick us up.
Right.
We stay in my mom's house, and then did mommy drop us back or Uncle Michael drop us back?
One of them. But
somebody dropped us back.
I went to Jamaica Ave and I got my margarita pizza. That's all I needed.
Well, yeah, that's
Go ahead.
Dennis and Margarita Pizza have a relationship. So anywho, back to now our story. We get on the plane. We think everything is fine, and literally land in Barbados, and there's a halt. We sitting down. We're trying to figure out what's happening. Our luggage is sitting there staring at us, where we're going. They're asking us questions, looking at paperwork. We bring up the test results, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't take this." Mind you, it's probably a whole plane full of Americans, citizens or whatever.
People from all around the United States.
Flying into Barbados who are sitting in this airport with different wristbands.
Yeah, the different colors.
Orange, red, green, yellow.
They probably changed the protocol, so we're not going to get in trouble for just leaking everything, but go ahead.
Right, this was in June.
Yeah, they probably changed everything by now.
Mind you, let me say, disclaimer, I didn't want to go on our honeymoon right away. Let me just put that out there.
I wanted to get on it right away so that we can get it out the way and, so the money can spend and can come to a halt so it can stop.
Understood, but
not come to a stop, but kind of, we spent a lot of...
we spent a decent portion on our wedding, but it wasn't crazy. To Dennis, it was crazy because, he's... All right, so, anyway, so we get there, and now they tag us automatically red. And pissed. We're hungry. We're in the airport for about 2.5 hours, trying to go through everything we have to go through. And by the time we get to the resort looked very pretty, very beautiful.
Yes.
It looked calming. Dennis
relaxing.
Let the hostess have it because she told us that we cannot leave the room.
We couldn't. We had basically like.
We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
If we left the room, we had to literally. It felt like we was in a glorified jail.
Basically,
you had to check in the morning and in the evening on your phone on the app. If you wanted any type of food, beverage, or whatever.
And we still had to pay for our own food.
There you go.
I said, you gotta be kidding me, man. They gave us a bottle of wine free or something like that, didn't they?
They gave us champagne, bottle of champagne for free, but that was the only thing. Everything else we had to pay for because they didn't have all inclusive yet.
Right, and we thought that
we booked it because it said
all inclusive.
Right,
but when we get there, they say, "Oh no, it's only certain seasons that all inclusive."
So and then when we looked out on the balcony, it was like their tide was different.
Yeah, it seemed like even when we talked to the guy, when we had to take the PCR test on the way back, they said that I guess season.
That was another one.
Yeah, that's another.
He said it was a bad season to come to Barbados because of the algae,
the seaweed or the algae that builds up during that season.
Right. However, we're definitely gonna go back again, Absolutely. But COVID can't be no COVID at all. Nah. However, the only time we could leave the hotel room was to go get retested. Mm-hmm. The whole protocol for Barbados was when you touch down, if you took the wrong test, you have to get retested at the airport, quarantine in your room for 3 days, and then you go get retested at their gymnasium or whatever it was.
Right.
And I swear the same lady that tested me at the airport tested me at the gymnasium. She went to the base of my brain and started swabbing for the slowest 15 seconds.
Yo, remember that? After that, I had a cold for like a whole week. Remember that? It was a bad cold too. I was sniffling and sneezing for like a whole week after
In the beginning of the summer, Dennis had a cold because the lady was up there and I mean just going as slow as possible. And she took it out of Dennis' nose and Dennis caught a cold.
Nobody has ever touched that that part of the insides of me, but that was like I said, that like she hit like she hit something in there, and my nose just started leaking for like the next 7 days.
So Dennis, we got back to the room, and Dennis got on the phone with American Airlines and was like, "Get us stateside ASAP," because by the time we were off of quarantine, it would have been 1 day to enjoy Barbados.
Right.
It made no sense. We did lose our plane fare basically because our honeymoon was basically given to us.
Yeah, but they kind of like they what do you call it? To kind of make up for it, they sent us to New York. That was kind of how they made
And they gave us an extra day because remember we supposed to come back on Sunday.
Right, that's true.
So American Airlines did work for us a little bit, a little bit. However, the second honeymoon that we went on,
let's get to it.
We went to Bimini, Bahamas.
Bimini, Bahamas, right?
Oh my gosh!
Nice place.
Beautiful place. Mm-hmm. And I've never been to Hawaii, but the pictures I've seen with the water and the clearness, Bimini has got it. Like the people are friendly, the food is good.
The whole island. The island is
7 miles long,
2 miles wide. And
so all you need is a go-kart. They have 2 gas stations.
Yes.
One on Bimini North and one on Bimini South.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Real estate's looking real nice out there. They're talking some good numbers too, but
oh yeah.
Maybe one day if I hit a little scratch off or something, you know.
You don't even play the scratch off, baby.
I'm gonna start.
Okay, hey. They're known for sharks. They do have, the thing about it is the week before was Shark Week, and you know how I am with the zoo stuff. I watched it, and of course Bimini came up, and I was like, oh wow.
Oh, that's what you learned. You saw different sights and scenery.
They're good for hammerhead sharks and tiger sharks, and we did see some when we went jet skiing.
Yes, we did. Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of history there. Very, very beautiful. Like I said, I would definitely want to go back.
Hemingway, he spent a lot of time down there. From a lot of the historical plaques I saw in
Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Remember they had a thing for him. The shipwreck that was there.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Underwater shipwreck. They have a lot of things. It's really not a busy island except for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
They are lit
to Miami.
Yeah,
that's when all the tourists coming from the cruise ships, or that's when that specific hotel that we stayed in. That seems like that's when they have everybody come in, and they have DJs at the beach,
right?
And,
certain performers and stuff like that, and it's like they're lit that weekend. But if you want like a calm, serene, beautiful,
just relaxing time,
I would go Monday through Thursday.
Absolutely.
But you can ride your bike, you can go to a go-kart, you can walk. We did the go-kart off the resort and came back.
There's a lot of nice like small restaurants and things off the resort also,
right? Different beaches, very, very beautiful. All the water is clear, like postcard clear.
Yes.
And that was relaxing, and Dennis was definitely in his calm sensey. So
I was.
Blood pressure was definitely 120 over 80.
I'm sorry, more. I need to be like that more often, I should say.
Oh, amen to that one. So you're going to get into these questions?
Let's get into the questions.
All right, so
I'll
go
you got
first.
Some questions for me.
Since we said I do you feel like we have changed?
That's a similar question to one that I have, but
that means great minds think alike.
Absolutely, that's why we're together, babe. Do I think that we've changed? No, I don't think we've changed. I think of course, people change in general, so I think we will change throughout our marriage, but I don't think we've changed just within the 6 months that we've been together, that we've been officially married.
Buchanan's.
Right, correct.
Okay, gotcha. We should do this like in 2 years' time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry. As long as you guys are here with, and you guys are, well, even if you guys aren't here, we'll still do it.
Right.
But okay, yeah. Let me ask you a question. Well, I already asked you one of my questions about the wedding. What do you expect from me?
Everything. No, I'm playing. So I expect you to be.
I believe you.
I expect you to be true with yourself.
Okay.
True to your family. Everything that you gave me while you were courting me, I expect that while we're married.
Okay.
So like, as spontaneous stuff. I'm not really a monetary type of female, but just being spontaneous. Don't be closed-minded. And family and God first, and hey, I'm good.
Absolutely.
Right. Like I feel like now we have changed. You have changed a little bit without you noticing it. I think food wise, like we go to different restaurants except for the same ones that we used to go to before.
Right.
Like you'll be like, babe, I saw this on the west side. Let's go. You didn't do that before.
I'm trying to do different things.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good change. It's not a bad change.
Okay.
Oh, so my question. I think we talked about this. Would you have changed anything from June 4th, 2021?
Would I have changed anything?
Well, we didn't talk about that. We talked about the Saturday. So my question is, would you have changed anything from June 4th, 2021? Yes or no? And what would you have changed? So June 4th is when we got married.
Okay. I wouldn't change anything. I mean, of course, there was a couple of family members I know because of, certain different things, they weren't able to be there. And, but besides that.
And you yelling at my bridesmaid, so it's my bad. I made of honor.
It wasn't specifically at her. I hope she knows that. Mel knows that we've talked about it.
Yeah, she knows the joke.
I know, but I was really yelling at it wasn't. If you were there, you would have got it.
No, there would have been no wedding because I think from that day, if there was more time, because we tried to do everything.
Fast.
Yeah,
time definitely went by fast. That whole from that Thursday from the rehearsal dinner that we had here, from that night up until Saturday night, Sunday
when everyone's going home.
Yeah, that's when that whole week. I mean, even though we had fun and we enjoyed it, it just the time just went by so fast because we were having so much fun.
Right, because during the wedding, my whole main from we was talking about it with the photographer and with the coordinator. My main thing was to enjoy the reception.
Right.
I didn't care about anything else. I wanted to dance.
Yeah, and we
did.
We did. I just feel like I only danced for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so, if that. But I just feel like because there was so many different moving parts, it was people were pulling you here,
taking pictures there,
and then you had to make sure this was in the right place, this was secure. People saying, "Oh, I don't have a seat here," and you had to,
See, you were doing a lot. Yeah. When I got upstairs, my dress went up,
you was
already
dancing. You was dancing way before me. I didn't dance until after we cut the cake and all.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just wish it was a little longer so people would have been around how we planned to cut the cake and saw us share that moment. I think only the photographer and Jayla saw us do that.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think that was the only piece of cake that I had that we fed each other.
And that cake was so good. I don't know.
People were saying that cake was so good.
And if anybody knows what happened to our what I guess I don't even know what you would call that, the little
the
ritual,
sand?
Yeah, the sand.
That's gone. That gotta be gone.
Yeah, somebody took our sand from
the place threw it out.
Yeah, I think they probably threw it out. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, they were sick of us, but we definitely turned that place out.
Let me see one of them in the public.
Here we go. There we go. They go to blood pressure.
Mind,
Your next question. Jesus.
No, they really did a good job though. But okay.
Little hiccups, but
yeah, it was a good. Like I said, no complaints. So I'm pretty sure we're married, but is this a forever thing?
It better be.
Of course.
I changed my whole name.
Absolutely.
You know how? First of all, let's talk about the process, okay? There is a process.
Yes.
To changing every single thing.
Because I didn't really have to do much of a.
Duh. Yeah, you are the Buchanan.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for your marriage license, marriage certificate to come in the mail. Once that comes, then you have to first go to the DMV and change over your license. Thanks God I had to pay for anything because it was my first time actually changing anything on my license.
Great.
Then from there,
great, like I didn't.
Then from there, I work with the board. So I had to send all that paperwork there so they can officially change my last name, which then changed my email. So now I'm not Miss Harry anymore. I'm Miss Buchanan.
Right.
Or Miss B.
Miss B to the...
to the certain kids. And then from there, everything trickles behind. So basically, you have to wait for your license in order to change your bank accounts and stuff like that. And it's okay if you hyphenate stuff, but your ID must say whatever your ID says is what your everything has to be.
What it officially is, right?
So it's literally a process. Insurances and stuff has to change. Then you have to go to your doctor and now change your doctor. Like, hey, I'm still Aisha, but my last name has changed.
You have to get all your like your debit card. Do you have to get your debit cards and things like that changed? And
I haven't done it yet though.
I got you.
Yeah, but I have to do that. Even thing with JetBlue, like we have JetBlue accounts. I have to call them to actually have them change my last name.
You can't just do it in the app.
I tried. You can't even do it online. Like online, you have to call them. Like the number comes up.
That makes sense because if somebody you don't want people just going in there like
just fooling around.
Yeah, anybody taking a flight with anybody's name and stuff like that. Yeah,
makes sense, but it's just a process. It's a whole.
All right, we're back with the Newlyweds on the poormanspoetry.com podcast. Yes. So what other questions you got for me, babe?
All right. So what do you look forward to?
I look forward to our next chapter, which is us conceiving a child, which we've been trying to do.
Or maybe 2.
Yeah, or no, we're not going to 3 just yet.
No, you pushing it.
Not just yet.
No
not
way.
Just yet. Maybe after
no.
we get help.
No.
Well, she said we're staying at 2, ladies and gentlemen. So
yeah.
But for right now, that's my main focus right now is us having a child, both trying to get healthy and working towards those goals. I don't know how much you want to talk about.
We are healthy.
Of course.
Let's be transparent. We are having infertility issues.
Correct.
I have fibroids. I've 2018 I had an open myomectomy to remove 8 different fibroids.
That was a time.
But I'm healthy. I think I have 3, but one has grown in the path that swimmers have to get to meet the egg. But we're working with our doctors to figure out the next step because all you need is that mustard seed of faith, and
Absolutely.
we definitely have it. So it'll be.
I'm working just to try to get a little bit healthier and try to make sure all my swimmers are strong and healthy,
Right.
and able to
Get what they need to get.
exactly. So so it's not only we're working together to try to make sure our goal is accomplished because I'd be the happiest man in the world just to have a son or a daughter of my own.
Right. Feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Your question?
Yes. Yeah, of course I got one. I got one more question. Oh, damn. That was where I was going, and that was my last question.
Oh, I'm nice. All right. So, what is one goal you have not shared with me since we got married?
Good question.
Got the good joints.
Well, we talk pretty often, babe. I don't know if I have any goal that I have not told you yet. Of course, after the baby. Well, so our goals are baby, house, and then after house,
A business.
business.
Right.
After business, then just improving all of those 3 things, whether it's purchasing another home or
Rental home or something.
Yeah, rental home, or whether it's an apartment building or just something. We just have we're not gonna sit here and just explain all of our dreams and things like that. But I mean,
I think it'll be better once you have it, then you can explain it. That makes more sense.
Right. Because
So
there's a whole lot of different things that we want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it just takes levels. You gotta keep building and then you can start looking towards the different options of things that we want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And last question: are you glad you chose me, and why? I mean, 6 months in, but right now.
Yes. I'm very happy I chose you. You are. It's hard to describe. I mean, a lot of people look at us.
How about it's hard to describe me?
No, No, not hard. It's hard to describe like it's hard for me to put it in words, I guess, like how I feel for you. I mean, like, you know how I feel about you.
Right.
But I guess for me just to come off the top of the dome right now, like I'm spitting a freestyle and
You supposed to. You poor man's poetry. Like, I mean,
I don't rap, babe. You know I don't rap.
Right,
I don't
but
write poetry. I don't write.
You dissect.
I do that. That's what I do. And I study and I dissect. It takes time to do that.
I'm joking.
I know. But yeah, I mean, I like everything. I love everything about you. I mean, your personality. You bring out my personality sometimes because a lot of people know I can be, until I know you, until we've been around each other, or until I've observed you and seen how you are. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm kind of reserved.
Definitely.
But
and I'm not.
Yeah, and Aisha, I'm not gonna say Aisha. She's more like she's gonna give you all of her first and without even knowing you.
Really?
Not even like
I'll give like 80%, which is not good all the time. But
yeah, not all the time.
Yeah,
yeah
I think it's the only child thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I think that's what there's some things that I admire about you, and then I hope there's some things that you admire about me that we both kind of learn off.